Hello everyone. Today we have to discuss about nanotechnology applications in cancer diagnosis and therapy. As we know that nanotechnology is the science of studying characters of materials at nanoscale and fabricate devices at this scale of length. On nanoscale, there is a vastly an increase in ratio of surface to volume and area ratio. Due to this, material at nanoscale show very different properties compared to their large scale counterparts. Okay. Uh, as we know that gold, which is inert normally, can show chemical catalytic properties at nanoscale. With the studies made on materials at nanoscale, there was a foreseen chance of development at every field, and nanoparticles were structured to be used for many purposes in many sectors. And today we have to focus on the nanotechnology applications in diagnostics and therapeutics. And these are the learning objectives of today's lecture. First of all, we need to understand about the various applications of nanotechnology in diagnosis and imaging of various types of cancer, and applications of nanotechnology in therapeutics of various types of cancer. And as we already know that nanotechnology applications have reached exciting new area in the science with diverse applications in medicines. There are so many nanoparticles which already used in the diagnosis and therapeutics of various diseases, and targeted delivery of nanomedicine. And nanotechnology has ability to detect particular affected tissue or cells and has potential to deliver drug only to those cells or tissue that are affected. Okay, and this especially makes nanotechnology to have wide range of applications. Okay, as cancer, we know that is one of the most dangerous chronic disease, which is now a flogging problem throughout the world. And cancer is caused by the damage of gene and gene mutation, which control the growth and division of cells, and thus these cells with altered gene loss control over cell division and leads to the uncontrolled division of cell. Ultimately, it form tumor or cancer in any organs in the body. And there are over 200 types of cancer prevailing today, and every day scientists are trying for new way to deal with this fatal disease. And the use of nanoparticles drug delivery system has shown better and promising ways to detect and kill the cancer cells. Okay, as nanoparticles are now being used in both diagnosis and treatment of some types of cancer, and efforts are being made to fabricate more efficient ways. Therefore, nanoparticles are used in the either therapeutics or diagnostics of cancer. Now, nanoparticle detection and treatment. So, nanoparticles are of a few of nanometers scale, and the cells are of the size of few micron. So, nanoparticle can enter inside the cells and can access the DNA molecules, even can access the genes, and there is a possibility that the defect in the gene can be detected by the use of nanoparticles because they are very small in size and have nanoscale range. And certain nanoparticles can be designed to absorb preferentially certain wavelength of radiations, and gets heated, okay, which may be used in the treatment of cancer. Okay, so this is kind of the analog of radiation therapy, in which the nanoparticle exposed to certain wavelength of light, and these nanoparticles heat up and kill the cancer cells, but not affected normal cells because they only intact in the cancer cells due to the presence of certain types of biomarker. And nanotechnology can be used to create a therapeutic agent that target specific cells and deliver toxins to kill them. And the nanoparticles will be circulate throughout the body and detect cancer associated molecular changes that occur in the body, and even assist with the imaging, release a therapeutic agent, and then monitor the effectiveness of the intervention used for the diagnosis and therapeutics of cancer. Okay, now brain cancer. So brain cancer tumor form in the intracranial area within the brain or central spinal canal correspond to the brain tumor. Okay, so if there is a tumor found within the brain, okay, or central spinal canals, okay, then the term use brain cancer. So these are formed by uncontrolled cell division due to the mutation. Okay, in intracranial parts like brain and blood vessels that found in the brains, in the cranial nerves, like we know that there are certain endocrine glands also found in the brain, like pituitary glands, pineal glands, and some of these tumors might be cancerous, that is malignant. Okay, so definitely malignant tumors are dangerous, and brain tumor may cause serious problems or maybe even fatal because of its invasive nature and infiltrative nature in the intracranial cavity. Okay, and the diagnosis and treatment of brain tumor are very difficult because any drug which can cross the blood-brain barrier can able to cross or reach to the brain. Okay, so that's why this blood-brain barrier restrict the passage of molecules and substance from passing it and reaching the brain. Therefore, for the tracer to reach the tumor spot, blood-brain barrier must be disrupted. Okay. Now, nanoparticle used for diagnosis. Okay, so the factor for treating a tumor is to deliver the effective concentration of tracer agent for detection and therapeutic agent to the tumor site. Nanoparticles are selected for this job because with them there are advantages like control on releasing the agent, molecular targeting, okay, camouflage, that means avoiding immune response. Okay, so variety of nanoparticles are designed for MRI, okay, PDT, that used for the diagnosis of cancer, and even chemotherapy that used for the treatment of cancer. So the main part of designing a nanoparticles involve its ability to pass through the blood-brain barrier. Okay, this is most important phenomena while treating cancer in the brain. So this is accomplished by coating the nanoparticle with a hydrophilic polymer, which helps them overcome the reticuloendothelial system uptake. Okay, so in that way it can cross the blood-brain barrier. And magnetic resonance imaging, we know that it is an imaging technique used to visualize the internal body parts in detail. And MRI involves the use of contrast agent. Okay, so nanoparticles are very suitable as a contrast agent, which are injected into the body, thus enhance the imaging of internal body structure. Currently, gadolinium, okay, it is a metal. Gadolinium based nanoparticles used as a contrast agent. Okay, But recently, iron oxide nanoparticles are also proven to be excellent contrasting agent for MRI imaging. Okay, so the iron oxide contrast agent are termed as super magnetic iron oxide nanoparticles. Okay, or ultra small super magnetic iron oxide nanoparticle, depending on the size of iron oxide nanoparticles. So these nanoparticles have been approved for using them in detection of other even other type of cancer like liver cancer, spleen cancer, and efforts are being continuously made to improve their efficiency and to extend their application to central nervous system imaging. Okay, so these nanoparticle consist of 5 to 6 nanometer in size. Okay, that is surrounded by dextran coating to give a hydrodynamic diameter of 20 to 30 nanometer, which is even also in the nano range. As in vivo study of the extract coated iron oxide nanoparticle showed after intravenous administration, most of the agent were localized in the liver, spleen, and lymph nodes. Okay, and the accumulation in the brain tumor was low, but was 10 times higher than the brain tissue other than the tumor, which shows a significant differentiation of the tumor. Okay, so this would be beneficial if used in the diagnosis and therapeutics of cancer. Unlike the gadolinium, gadolinium contrast agent, which show immediate enhancement and decrease within hours, the iron oxide nanoparticles gradually increase to a peak in 24 to 48 hours. Okay, so it gives times to detection of cancer and show a sharp difference between tumor and normal cells. Okay, that's why it is used as a contrast agent in the MRI for the detection of cancer. So the studies shows that iron oxide nanoparticles would not be replaced conventional gadolinium enhanced MRI uh, techniques, but could add additional information, especially in identifying the inflammatory component and compromised blood-brain barrier involved in infiltrating malignant brain tumor. Okay. And nanoparticles are further improvised for imaging the tumor tissue during both the pre-surgical planning phase as well as surgical resection phase. Okay, so during a surgery, it is very difficult to distinguish the tumor tissue from the normal tissue, and any cancer cells left behind are likely to be proliferate and can cause even again cancer. Okay, and form new tumors also. So this problem is solved by devising a dual probe nanoparticle which contain a iron-based nanoparticle tagged with near infrared fluorescent molecules. Okay, which act as a contrast agent, which can through which we can easily identify and differentiate the cancer cell as well normal cell. So these fluorescent molecule was either conjugated to the amine functionalized dextran coat on the surface or either amine terminated polyethylene glycol that is linked to the iron oxide outer core when the tumor is exposed during the surgery. Okay, so it provide location of the tumor or trace of tumor are detected for complete attenuation. So this technique shows significant results when compared to the green fluorescent protein imaging, which is used currently. Okay, and nanoparticles for treatment. So we know that chemotherapy, in the case of a brain tumor, showed feasible result due to low permeability of most anti-cancer agent through blood-brain barrier. Okay, which is the problem while treating the brain tumor. So the nanoparticle with their advantage is they have very less size as compared to the other drugs, ability to travel through the blood-brain barrier and cross the blood-brain barrier as a promising tools. and many nanoparticles have been advised for chemotherapy and have also been adopted. And solid lipid nanoparticles are loaded with two anti-tumor drugs which used in the chemotherapy have been investigated as their potential drug carrier to the brain. Okay, so it definitely enhances the efficiency uh, toward the cancer cell. The Paclitaxel, which is a chemotherapeutic agent or anti-cancer drug, was loaded onto SLN and solid lipid nanoparticles, and tests were carried out in vivo as well as in vitro. And the solid lipid nanoparticle were assembled by microemulsion technique using emulsifying agents such as oil, water, and uh, and there is one surfactant also used for the synthesis of loaded drug loaded nanoparticles. So in vitro cytotoxicity test with paclitaxel loaded soluble lipid nanoparticle as well as with a commercial available Taxol formulation containing uh, paclitaxel were performed using two different cell lines, shows very significant result. Okay, so it was demonstrated that paclitaxel nanoparticle, when compared to the free paclitaxel, show significant reduction in the cells. Okay, so and even this even can cross the blood-brain barrier and reach to the site of tumor and site of cancer. Okay, so soluble lipid nanoparticles loaded with doxorubicin also shows a better result when compared to the normal injected doxorubicin, which is anti-cancer drug. Okay, so doxorubicin is a chemotherapeutic agent that inhibits DNA or RNA.
एक स्लाइड चेंज ही नहीं हुई है।
Uh,
नैनो पार्टिकल्स फॉर ट्रीटमेंट वाली
uh,
दिख रही है अभी।
बेटा अभी हम यही डिस्कस कर रहे हैं सोलुबल लिपिड नैनो पार्टिकल राइट नाउ वी हैव टू डिस्कस ओके दिस इज फर्स्ट नैनो पार्टिकल व्हिच वी हैव टू डिस्कस सोलुबल लिपिड नैनो पार्टिकल ओके so don't worry we have to discuss soluble lipid nanoparticle right now okay so don't worry so this soluble nanoparticles, when used with the chemotherapeutic agent, it shows better results. Okay, how it shows better result? Because when we test the cytotoxicity assay, we conduct the cytotoxicity assay. So these cytotoxicity assay shows that this drug can cross blood-brain barrier along with soluble lipid nanoparticles. Okay. Now, the second nanoparticle which used for the treatment of cancer is polybutyl cyanoacrylate. Okay. So this polybutyl cyanoacrylate nanoparticles have been reported to achieve successfully delivery of various chemotherapeutic agent. Okay, with the help of surface coated surfactant. Okay, so with the help of surface coated surfactant, these nanoparticle can be loaded with the chemotherapeutic agent. Okay, so for this polysorbate, it was found to be most efficient surfactant in case of when we loaded the drug onto the polybutyl cyanoacrylate. Okay, so these nanoparticles are loaded with doxorubicin, which is we know that anti-cancer drug or chemotherapeutic agent, and tested by intravenous introduction into healthy rats model. Okay, so result shows that these nanoparticles produce very high concentration of doxorubicin in the brain when compared to the normal injected drug. Okay, so this is the difference between them. Okay, when we give normal or only that chemotherapeutic agent, the drug reach to the target region or to the brain region, to the brain tumor, to the cancer in the brain. Okay, so its efficiency is very low. But when we loaded this drug on the polybutyl cyanoacrylate, the efficiency increased. Okay, because with the help of this nanoparticle, the drug can able to cross blood-brain barrier. Okay, so that's why we get better result as compared to the drug which used alone. Okay, now The third is photodynamic therapy. Okay, so photodynamic therapy, as the name suggests, is a form of phototherapy. Okay, using a non-toxic light-sensitive compound that are exposed selectively to light, whereupon they become toxic to target malignant and other disease cells. Okay, so what happens in the photodynamic therapy? We expose cancerous cell to a particular wavelength of light, and due to this light, the cancer cells heat up due to presence of these nanoparticles. Okay, so due to heat up, these cells become kill. Okay, so so this is the reason why we used the photodynamic therapy, or we use the nanoparticle in the photodynamic therapy. Okay, so nanoparticle based photodynamic therapy has the same advantage of nanoparticle chemotherapy. Okay, so you know that chemotherapy can even have very toxic effect to the human body. Okay, but photodynamic therapy didn't have much adverse effect as compared to the chemotherapy. Okay, that's why even both have the good results. Okay, so even the treatment which have no side effect of, obviously we have to prefer that treatment. Okay, that's why nanoparticle based photodynamic therapy is investigating using polyacrylamide nanoparticle. Okay, and multifunctional nanoparticle. Okay, which can be used in the both photodynamic therapy as well as diagnostics by the use of MRI. Okay, medical resonance imaging. Okay, and these photodynamic therapy uh, can able to use polyacrylamide nanoparticles core and carries the following component. Okay, if we talk about the structure of these nanoparticle. Okay, so it has a drug. Okay, can be loaded with the polyacrylamide nanoparticles. Okay, so in that way it can also use in the photodynamic therapy, as well as drug delivery or chemotherapeutic drug delivery. Okay, now the next is breast cancer. Okay, so breast cancer is a type of cancer originating from breast tissue and spread to the other tissue in the body if not treated on time. And breast cancer start usually in the duct or lobes of the mammary gland that supply milk. And most common breast cancer is ductal carcinoma. Okay, the cancer of duct of mammary gland that begin in the lining of milk duct. And another type is a lobular carcinoma. Okay, that start in the lobules of breast. Okay, and third is invasive breast cancer, which is the cancer in which it spread to other tissue. Okay, in the body from where it start either in the duct or lobes. Okay, so breast cancer can even spread to the other tissues. Okay, it occurs mostly in women, and male breast cancer can also be detected, but it is very rare. And cervical rates depend on the types of cancer, stage of cancer, treatments of cancer, geographical location of the patient. Okay, so generally it is not more than 5 years after diagnosis. Source even says that more than 1,80,000 women could die from breast cancer by 2030 unless action is taken over critical gap. Okay, so so nanotechnology is a promising tool for the diagnosis and therapeutics of cancer. Okay, so nanobiotechnology, which is the biomedical applications of nano-size system, help in detecting, imaging, treatment of disease. Okay, so for this we can advantage that many receptors are overexpressed during cancer. Okay, so condition on the cells, for example, estrogen receptors, okay, overexpressed during the breast cancer, and progesterone receptor even overexpressed during the breast cancer. Okay, and ERBB2 receptors also overexpressed during the breast cancer. So based on these receptor therapeutics decision are made. Okay, so nanoparticles conjugated with different specific antibodies or aptamer or peptide. Okay, sequence can be used for detecting as well as diagnosis of breast cancer. Okay, so the success of diagnosis and treatment depend on the expression of receptors on the cancerous cell. Okay, because our drug bind to the target receptors. Okay, that's why even immunohistochemistry is one of the best method in order to determine about the hormone receptor in place of nanoparticles. We can also use quantum dots, which we have to discuss in earlier class. Okay, because quantum dots have ability to eject light without any form of photobleaching effect, and different quantum dots are attached to different antibodies. Okay, and they are targeted to a specific proteins which found in the receptors, so that the emitted from different quantum dots, so that detection is possible based on brightness or the level of fluorescence. We can conclude about the level of toxicity caused by the breast cancer. Okay, and the treatment of breast cancer. Okay, so for the treatment, tumor selective delivery of anti-cancer agent is desirable to increase, and the cell kill effect while protecting the healthy tissue. This is very essential point while treating cancer. Okay, because drug can also affect the healthy cells. So. Exposure to cytotoxic agent, thereby reducing system toxicity, and uh, paclitaxel, which is chemotherapeutic agent, and tamoxifen, which is also the chemotherapeutic agent used to chemotherapy of cancer or treatment of cancer, can be loaded with the nanoparticles for the targeted delivery of drug. Okay. Now, next is pancreatic cancer. Okay. So we know that pancreatic cancer, the diagnosis of pancreatic cancer is very difficult because it is often delivered rate, and after the cancer has spread. Unlike the breast or colon, the pancreas is nested deep in the body cavity. It found behind the stomach and difficult to do imaging, and there is no method currently available that show the early symptoms of the pancreas cancer. Okay, that's why the diagnosis using nanotechnology is very much useful for the pancreatic cancer. So pancreatic cancer cell overexpressed mesothelin. Okay, and after optimization with the Western blot assay, the human mesothelin specific antibodies are mixed with a single walled carbon nanotube. Okay, because we know that carbon nanotubes are two types, single walled or multi walled. Here we use the single walled carbon nanotube and used to coat a strip of ordinary filter paper, and this made the paper conductive, and cell media spiked with very amount of mesothelin are then tested against the paper biosensor, and any changes in the electrical potential of the sensor. Okay, due to the changes in the conductivity of the nanotube, so we can measure the pancreatic cancer. Okay, so before and after each applications, the more mesothelin present, the more antibody would bind and grow big, and the weaker the electrical signal would become available. Okay, so this method is 168 times faster as compared to the conventional method for the detection of pancreatic cancer. Okay, now, cure using nanotechnology, pancreatic cancer treatment by using nanotechnology. So the potency of anti-cancer drug often reduced before reaching the target cancer cell. This happens most of the time. Also, many of them cause severe side effect, toxicity, and may attack other organs, other healthy organs, and other healthy cells. So, intravenous drip containing 30 nanometer capsule holding the cancer drug was administered to genetically modified mice to develop cancer of the pancreas. So the 100 days survival rate for mice that were administered the treatment dose to 80%. Okay, as compared to less than 20% in the mice given conventional cancer drug. Okay, so you have to see that the difference. So the capsule therapy also significantly suppress the ability of the cancer to metastasize, because metastasis is the major problem which can able to spread cancer to the other healthy tissues, okay, to other organ in the body and restrict activity of the cancer or the buildup of excessive fluid in the abdominal cavity. Also, tumor marker level decrease in the mice administered in the treatment. Okay. Now, leukemia is another cancer. Okay. So, leukemia is a type of cancer of blood cells, and it occurrence start in the bone marrow. Okay, so from where this cancer start, it can start from the bone marrow, because you narrate in the bone marrow the RBC become mature. Okay, so bone marrow is a soft tissue inside most of the bones and responsible for making blood cells. You know that, and the bone marrow of a healthy person makes RBC, while blood cells and platelets. But with leukemia, bone marrow start making a lot of abnormal white blood cells called leukemia cells or cancer's leukemia cells. So these cells do not do the normal function of white blood cells and grow and divide very fast as compared to the normal cells, and does not stop when it should. Okay, and leukemia is a broad term covering many types of blood cancer and hematological neoplasm and even broader group of disease affecting the blood, bone marrow, and even lymphoid system also affected in the uh, blood cancer. Okay, because it is also the part of the blood vascular system. Over time, number of leukemia cells can become more than the number of normal blood cells. Okay, so which can leads to the serious problem of anemia. Okay, which the healthy cells which can carry the oxygen and transport the carbon dioxide, and their efficiency to these gas exchange become reduced. Okay, and leukemia cell can also spread to the lymph node or other organ and cause swelling or pain. And leukemia is a curable disease even. And chemotherapy, medical radiation therapy, bone marrow transplant, hormone treatment are many of the treatments involved for the leukemia. And the chemotherapeutic treatment is 80 to 90% effective in curing leukemia, but this treatment cause severe side effect, and mutation in DNA results in leukemia as it do in other cancer. Certain mutation activate oncogenes, which is the genes if activate become or cause cancer, and deactivate tumor suppressor gene. These are the two genes which control the prevalence of cancer in the body. And spontaneous occurrence of these mutation is a result of exposure to radiation or carcinogenic substance. Okay, so what are the diagnosis tools by using nanotechnology of the leukemia? So since leukemia is caused by mutation in gene, therefore DNA is one of the better way to diagnose it. So scientists have designed DNA biosensor which possess high sensitivity, and in biosensor one strand of DNA have a defect or mutation, and it put on gold nanoparticle. Okay, so by using gold nanoparticle, we have to detect the leukemia, and these nanoparticles are then allowed to flow with blood, where the sequence could easily find its pair sequence. Since the DNA sequence are unique and can bind to its complementary sequence, you already know that, and only therefore the sensitivity of DNA biosensor is very high due to binding different reaction appear which shows the disease and can be detected by imaging using the surface plasma response. This is the characteristics of nanoparticles which otherwise cannot be done in the laboratory due to less concentration of cancerous cells. Okay, so gold nanoparticle definitely used for the diagnosis of leukemia. And what are the treatment using nanotechnology? So, in that case, guided by the clinical needs for reducing the side effect of cancer drug or by the use of conventional drug, the potential of nanotechnology to deliver chemotherapeutic agent without harming the healthy tissue or cells has been harnessed. Okay, so it involves use of encapsulated particle of drug, for example, dexamethasone. Okay, so this goes into the core of cancerous cell without detecting or harming the normal cell. Okay, so this is the beauty of nanotechnology. Here the nanoparticles loaded with dexamethasone stick only to the cancerous cell and destroy only to the cancerous cell. Okay, but even the traditional drug can even destroy the normal cell. Okay, and other than encapsulation found to have cytotoxic properties for cancerous cell, the nickel nanoparticles can be cytotoxic to leukemia at high concentration and subsequently induce both apoptosis as well as necrosis. Okay, through which the target cells can be killed, while its effect is less at low concentration. For target attack, these nanoparticles are functionalized by the charged group, and these group enhance the permeability of cell membrane and facilitate the uptake of target molecule. Okay, so this is the applications of nanotechnology in the treatment of leukemia. Okay, so now these are the references which we use to prepare the content. Now we have to discuss some portion of quiz. Shalini, are you there?
Yes.
So, Shalini, cancer. Uh, so first of all, cancer is caused by first damage of genes which control the growth and division. Second option, the cells with altered gene that lost control over cell division, and third is oncogene. Okay. So what are the correct answer? Correct answer is uh, all of them. Okay, because cancer is caused by the either damage of gene, okay, which control the growth and division, and either the cell which altered gene that lost control, and either by oncogene. Okay,
Okay.
and now the second question. Nanoparticles are effective against a variety of cancer because
सर क्वेश्चनिंग
nanoparticles,
अच्छा हाँ ये
uh,
नैनो पार्टिकल
हाँ, है ना, nanoparticles are effective against a variety of cancer because nanoparticle can enter inside the cells, can exit the DNA molecule, possibility that the defect in the gene can be detected. Okay, so answer is all of them. Okay, so all
यस
are the effective against variety of cancer. Okay,
ओके
now third question is tumor formation found intracranial within the brain or central spinal cord correspond to the brain tumor. Okay, so this is this form which type of cancer.
ट्यूमर फॉर्मेशन
Okay, if there is cancer formed in the any region of brain's central spinal canal, so this belong to the brain cancer. Okay,
यस
and next is brain cancer is caused by uncontrolled cell division in intracranial parts like a blood vessel in the cranial nerve. Okay, so the blood vessel which found in the cranial nerve. Okay, have uncontrolled cell division, which convert into the brain cancer. Okay, and diagnosis of pancreatic cancer is difficult because it is often delivered late after the cancer has spread. The pancreas is nestled deep in the body cavity, difficult to image, and there is no telltale early symptoms or lumps. Okay, so answer is all of them because in case of pancreatic cancer diagnosis, these all are the difficulty. Okay,
Yes.
and pancreatic cancer cell overexpressed mesothelin, and after optimization with the western blot assay, the human mesothelin specific antibody are mixed with. Okay, so if you are remember, the answer is single walled carbon nanotube. Okay, we have to mix with the single walled carbon nanotube. And next question is, pancreatic cancer diagnosed using nanotechnology is more beneficial because it is fast diagnosis process, it has a less expensive process, it has more sensitive than other process. Okay, so what is the beneficial of use of nanotechnology for the diagnosis of pancreatic cancer? So answer is all of them. Okay. So next question is, why conventional therapy of cancer have side effect and not much effective? Okay, so the potency of anti-cancer drug often reduce. The many of them cause severe side effects and may attack other normal organ and cells. Okay, so which is the correct answer, Shalini? Okay, so all of them, very good. And what is leukemia? Cancer of blood or prostate cancer, brain cancer or skin cancer?
Leukemia.
Blood cancer. Okay, blood cancer called leukemia. Okay, and cancer of blood cell start from
Blood
bone
cell.
marrow, blood cell, spleen, skin. Bone marrow. Okay, because it starts from the bone marrow. Okay, because that's why we need the bone marrow transplant. So thank you, Shalini. So you have to revise the content. If you find any difficulty, you can discuss with me. Okay? Thank you.
Yes.